Welcome to this video on tactical power tool safety. This is your tactical field manual for power tool operations, focusing on hazard identification, systemic defenses, and occupational safety control protocols. OSHS compliance is mandatory. High hazard operations involve power tools, which are any hand or portable tools driven pneumatically, by electricity, mechanical means, or an explosive charge. Workplaces using these are strictly classified as hazardous. Active hazard assessment is required before deployment. Power tool hazards include mechanical, thermal, electrical, ergonomic, and environmental risks. An active hazard assessment is essential before any deployment to mitigate these threats. Critical danger thresholds include 50 volts for electrical hazards and first-degree burns for thermal hazards. Maintenance tools with mushroomed impact points must be repaired or replaced if they exceed 0.6 centimeters. Environmental risks involve exceeding the threshold limit value for noise or airborne contaminants. The primary systemic defense is point of operation guarding. Tools must never be altered to bypass safety mechanisms. Guards must provide positive protection, possess material integrity, and allow for operational control, ensuring a safe zone. To remove or adjust a safeguard, the guard bypass logic tree must be followed. The machine must be completely stopped, lockout/tagout applied, and standard warning signs installed. Guards must be reinstalled immediately after repair. Different tool categories have specific primary hazard threats and mandatory safety mechanisms. For example, power saws require a dead man grip and must be completely stopped during transfer. Powder-actuated tools are restricted to trained and authorized workers. Live equipment protocols state that you must not work on live or defective equipment. Always inspect cables, plugs, and casings before use. Report defects and quarantine damaged tools immediately. Know your system ratings. The safe operation lifecycle includes pre-operation for hazard assessment, active operation with controls engaged, and post-operation and transfer involving disconnecting, locking out, and verifying all guards. There is zero tolerance for imminent danger. Failure to provide appropriate PPE or safely guarded machinery gives you the right to refuse unsafe work. Employers are jointly and solidarily liable for compliance and face work stoppage orders for unmitigated hazards. The safety architecture includes operational protocols for personal protective equipment mastery and administrative controls, ensuring a robust safety environment. Workplace defense requires both software administrative controls, like pre-task meetings and specialized training, and hardware PPE mastery, which is the physical armor of the worker. Personal protective equipment is the final, inner barrier. Administrative controls filter behavioral risk, while PPE provides physical protection against unavoidable operational hazards. PPE shields the worker from the hazard, and administrative controls shield the worker from the behavior that causes the hazard. The employer has the responsibility to provide PPE to employees and subcontractors at absolutely no cost. Charging workers for safety gear is a severe regulatory breach. Equipment must be tested and approved, with provision dictated by hazard evaluation, not budget. True compliance exists only at the intersection of hazard type, worker physique, and task precision. Generic, one-size-fits-all PPE violates the standard. Protection must be deliberately calibrated to the individual. The anatomy of protection involves hazard-specific defenses for various body parts. This includes protective shields for the head and eyes, NIOSH-approved respirators, body harnesses for fall protection, and specialized gloves and safety shoes for hands and feet. Respiratory defense requires medical clearance before deployment. This involves medical history, physician review of cardiovascular and pulmonary capacity, a fitness determination, and finally, fit testing and issuance of the specific respirator. Administrative controls establish the daily operating rhythm. Without standardized procedures, specialized training, and active reporting, PPE physical hardware will fail. These controls include pre-task alignments, specialized competency, and immediate defect reporting. The 5-minute toolbox meeting is mandatory before starting work. This blueprint includes a daily hazard brief, anticipating problems, precautionary reminders, and open reporting of defective tools or hazards from the previous shift. Specialized competency is critical and involves comprehensive certification, recurrent safety training, and site-specific orientation. This ensures the workforce is prepared to handle both routine and unexpected hazards. The see something, say something rule mandates that workers report all equipment defects, near misses, and unsafe conditions immediately. Defects must be quarantined and tagged to prevent deployment. The safety architecture of a high-hazard workplace relies on an interlocking system of physical guards, specialized PPE, administrative controls, and ongoing education to ensure protection. Thank you for reviewing this video on tactical power tool safety. Remember, compliance is critical to protecting every worker.